My name is Jesse Case. I'm the Secretary-Treasurer of Teamsters Local 238 in Iowa. We represent close to 5,000 workers across the state in industries that cover every sector of the economy, from manufacturing, food production, package delivery, people who maintain streets and plow our roads during emergencies. We make toothbrushes, we make spices you cook with, we deliver those products, we deliver your packages. We fight daily to maintain and raise standards for working families across Iowa. Today we're announcing the Teamsters Local 238 endorsement of Zach Wahls. Iowa and the nation are in trouble. We're in bad shape. Iowa has the highest cancer rates in the nation, the most polluted waterways. Our ranking in education and healthcare have fallen to corporate greed and corruption. We need someone that will put the interests of working families first, and we need an adult in DC to bring this chaos to an end and restore dignity to both the state and our nation. And we know Zach is willing to take on corruption and fight for working people. We're making this endorsement because Zach is the strongest candidate to win in November. We're making this endorsement because we know Zach can put us back on the right track. We know he can build coalitions and get things done. We know that he has the ability to lead and be the voice of not only Democrats, not only of working people, but the voice of independent voters and the voters who are tired of politics as usual. I'm also proud to announce that his campaign is the first and only campaign in this race to organize a union, guaranteeing campaign workers on this campaign overtime pay, paid time off, guaranteed paid time off, holiday pay, and a grievance and arbitration process that every worker in Iowa deserves. Zach doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. The system is broken, and Zach Wahls is the part of the solution. Today we're proud to endorse Zach Wahls for U.S. Senate.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you very much. Jesse is somebody who is not just a friend, but somebody who is a leader that people across our state look to. When things are tough and people are looking for somebody to get us back on track, I know that Local 238 has been a champion for Iowa workers, making sure that we have a pro-worker, pro-family agenda, and I'm honored to be here today to receive the endorsement of Local 238 and to make a commitment to everybody across our entire state that we are going to work together to fight relentlessly for an economy that works for us, not just for the billionaires, and to make sure that every single Iowa family has the opportunity to build a decent life for themselves, for their children, their grandchildren, and a better future for our entire state. Local 238's endorsement is special to me. Not only is Local 238 the largest local union and the statewide voice for working families here in Iowa, I've had the opportunity to work with leaders and members from Local 238 to fight for a better Iowa. I had the opportunity to meet Jesse many years ago, but to work together in the fight to make sure that Iowans are protected from predatory companies that are buying mobile home communities and trailer parks across our state and price gouging them with unfair and greedy rent increases that are putting far too many Iowa families into terribly difficult circumstances. This endorsement to me is very meaningful, but it is also very simple. Working people deserve to get a fair shake in our economy, in our state, and in our country. For far too long, the system has been rigged by greedy corporations that use corruption to influence politicians like Ashley Hinson. And the consequence of that is that costs for everything in our lives have been going up. Wages and benefits have not been keeping pace. Corporations and lobbyists are getting special treatment while Iowa families struggle. And politicians talk tough, but then go back to doing exactly what their donors and the big money interests want. This campaign is built around a completely different set of priorities. We need to actually lower costs for working families for things like groceries, healthcare, housing, senior care, and child care. We need better pay and benefits for every Iowa worker so a job in Iowa can actually support a family once again. And we need retirement security that people can count on. And finally, we need to take on the corruption in Washington, D.C. That means banning insider trading. It means cracking down on special interest giveaways, putting workers ahead of corporate lobbyists, and fighting for a system where Iowans can trust that their representatives and senators are working for them, not just the party bosses, the big donors, or the special interests. I'm running to be the kind of United States Senator who actually shows up, who listens, who fights, not for the powerful, but for the people who do the work of keeping our state running, and I can't think of a better example of that than Teamsters Local 238 here in the state of Iowa. The Teamsters have an agenda that speaks to what families here in our state are actually living through, fixing a broken political system that isn't serving working Iowans, fighting for workers' rights, safe workplaces, and fair contracts, bringing down healthcare costs and strengthening access to care, including mental health, investing in the basics, our schools, our infrastructure that make our communities strong. That is the kind of agenda that I'm going to bring to the United States Senate, a new generation of leadership with a new vision for Iowa that is rooted in our state's values. And finally, I want to close by simply saying how grateful I am to have won the support of Local 238, how honored I am to have negotiated a fair contract and to be leading by example here in our state, and that we are ready to defeat Ashley Hinson in November of this year, because working people in this state deserve a senator who will go to bat for them every single day.